Welcome to Catholic Views. I'm your host, Renee Kranz. Today on the show, we have Father Jeff Norfolk is back, and he is going to tell us the story of how he got his call to the priesthood. There were some surprises in this interview that I did not expect, so I hope you'll stick around to hear his story. First, we have Dr. Chris Bergwald. I have to say that weird. Dr. Chris Bergwald.
Yeah, you stressed the wrong syllable.
Oh, what is this supposed to be?
Bergwald. No, it's Bergwald. It's Bergwald. No, it's Bergwald.
We're gonna attempt
this
to do some biblical
This is an auspicious beginning to.
Ooh, is that the word of the day?
Auspicious.
Look that one up in your dictionaries.
No time.
Okay.
Renee.
Yes.
What's today?
Today's the 31st Sunday.
And what's today's date?
It's the 31st of Halloween. Ooh. Is that like a golden birthday kind of thing?
I as I was preparing for today, how often does this ever happen?
Yeah.
That the Sunday it is the same date it is. And I don't think it happens very often. I did have to take time to go back and look, but I don't think it happens very often.
Especially when it's a holiday too. A certain holiday that's very secular that we won't talk about, I guess.
You mean the 31st Sunday in ordinary time?
Right.
That's not secular. That's
okay, you're right. Yeah. Sorry, I blew up.
I don't know what you're talking about. My kids will be happy tonight.
Yes.
So the second reading for several weeks now. We didn't talk about it last week, but we talked about it a couple weeks ago. Do you remember what the second reading at Mass has been in our semi-continuous reading?
Hebrews. I think I guessed like every book last time.
Do you know?
So before you stop me.
No, you're right. It is. But there's a joke. There's a coffee joke in there.
Oh, yeah.
You see what I'm saying there?
Yes.
Yeah.
Bill's getting it. I am not. I don't drink coffee.
Or it's a tea joke for that matter.
Oh, Hebrews. Okay.
Wow.
This is exciting radio. Can we move on?
So excited. Oh, just because you're embarrassed because you didn't get the joke. I understand. Hebrews. The reading this week talks about how. So we're in chapter 7 in Hebrews. It's a compare and contrast between the Levitical priesthood, high priesthood, and Jesus' high priesthood. And there's this interesting thing near the end of this week's reading. For the law appoints men subject to weakness to be high priests. So the high priests of the old covenant were subject to weakness because they were sinners.
Right.
But the word of the oath, which was taken after the law, appoints a son who has been made perfect forever. So the word of the oath, which was taken after the law, appoints a son who has been made perfect forever. From last week, it's made clear what that's referring to. That's referring to Psalm 110. David's words to Solomon, "You are a priest forever according to the order of Melchizedek."
Hey, I mentioned that guy a few weeks ago, and I remembered his name then.
You did. So I want to take just a couple minutes to talk about Melchizedek. So who is Melchizedek?
He was a very ancient priest from what before Moses.
Before Moses. So that's
after.
Before. No, you're right. Yes.
I thought it was before.
So that's before Aaron. Is that?
Yeah.
So Melchizedek's order of priesthood is older than the Aaronic Levitical high priesthood.
Right.
What else do you know about Melchizedek?
I know he offered bread and wine.
He offered bread and wine as part of his sacrifice.
Right.
What else?
That's all I got.
He's also... Bill, sorry.
You took all my answers.
Oh, there we go. He's a priest and a king.
Oh yeah,
a king of a town in the Holy Land called Salem. Do you know what town Salem is? What city Salem would become?
No, Jerusalem.
Jerusalem.
Oh, hey, that makes sense.
So Melchizedek is the king priest of Salem who offers a sacrifice of bread and wine, and Jerusalem. It's on the same mountain that Abraham was prepared to offer his son Isaac.
Okay.
Which is the same mountain on which the Father offered his son Jesus. So Melchizedek is the priest king of Jerusalem, where the son was sacrificed, and he offered a sacrifice of bread and wine.
Okay.
Jesus is So David says, "You are a priest forever according to the line of Melchizedek." That's actually fulfilled most fully, obviously, in Jesus Christ. But what's interesting, so there's this line from today's reading. But the word of an oath appoints a son. So the Levitical priesthood was established with God's permission and so on. But it was the Lord's oath that established the priesthood of Melchizedek, and Jesus is the fulfillment of that priesthood. So there's a whole. We're just touching the service here. So many parallels between Melchizedek and Jesus, and he is the high priest.
We'll have to get into that another time, I think.
I think
Thanks,
so.
Dr. B.
You bet.